Hi guys, Marty here and welcome back to Snappy Videos. This is a follow-up video to my $5 Kmart VPet unboxing. If you haven't seen that, then check it out right here. So I purchased this VPet for $5 and wasn't expecting much. Now yes, it has surprised me for the low price of $5, but there are also some points that I think are a little bit poor, but I guess you expect that from a device of this price. Stick around for this whole video to see if this VPet is right for you or as a gift for someone else. Alright, first I'll show you guys some of the features that I've found on this device, and at the end I'll go over some of the not so good points, and then I'll give you my overall thoughts on this device. There are loads of pets available, and when I say loads, I mean like a lot. Initially I had a rabbit, then I accidentally reset it, which I'll talk about later, and tried out a turtle. But once I'd played through that, I really wanted a different pet, so I chose the Loch Ness Monster. Alright guys, I'm going to show you through some of the pets available on this device. I'll flash through it pretty quickly, but yeah, you'll get a bit of an idea of some of the different VPets you can get on this device. There's a simple feeding menu, and there are two options. They don't really seem to have a real difference between what they do. I did test it out, but you essentially get energy points from eating, and it just keeps going up when you feed them. I didn't really see any negative effects from overfeeding, which would have kind of been a good feature to see on the device to stop you just from smashing out the feeding, getting heaps of energy points, and then playing as many games as you want. The energy you build up from eating is used to complete tasks like games or jobs, which I'll discuss right now. Alright guys, so there are two games on this VPet. The first game is called Jumping UFO Game. I think it actually essentially means dog catching a frisbee. But you know, UFOs are more attractive to kids these days. Who doesn't want to catch a UFO in their mouth? So I checked it out, caught some UFOs, and it wasn't really too bad of a game. It gives you a small amount of gold, which you can spend on items. And I didn't really know how much the items were, so I was pretty excited about the gold I got. I thought I was going to smash through all the items. But yeah, not so much. I'll discuss that a little bit later though. Let's check out the next game. Alright guys, so the second game is a little bit more annoying, I thought. You're trying to avoid these items coming down the screen. It's like a really old school game that I remember playing on a toy I got from McDonald's when I was a kid, which I did enjoy. But I think that was with cars, not whatever this is. Alright, this isn't too bad of a game, but sometimes the items move ridiculously quick and you actually can't avoid them at all. Which, yeah, that's pretty annoying, but the next bit's even more annoying. So the buttons are actually switched, as in the left button goes to the right and the right button goes to the left. This game overall I think is actually pretty poor. And again, you do get gold to go towards items. I kind of just ended up avoiding this game though because it started to annoy me a bit with the backwards buttons. And you'd be doing really well and all of a sudden an item would move at 20 times the speed of light, which isn't actually possible, but in this game apparently it is, and you can't avoid it. So this part of the game I didn't really like that much. I kind of stuck to jumping UFOs. So the better way to earn gold with minimum effort on your part anyway, and might actually probably be considered slave labor. Don't get me in trouble for this guys, but you actually send your VPet to work. So I put Bob, my trusty Loch Ness Monster VPet, hard to work on his old school computer, where he earned me a nice amount of gold. Although the gold he earned was random and there wasn't really a specific pattern, I'm not sure if that was the game or maybe Bob the Loch Ness Monster has really big flippers and he just sometimes presses the wrong buttons and doesn't quite work to the appropriate standard. I'm not too sure guys. We could probably blame Bob for this, but also I did check out a seahorse and that seahorse was no good at it either. But again, these guys don't have hands guys, so maybe it's a flipper issue, maybe it's the ocean pets, I don't know. Keep in mind guys, while you're playing games or putting your VPet to work, you are using energy. So when you do play these games, you are going to have to go and feed your VPet to regain energy. Eventually it will say no, it doesn't want to play, it doesn't want to work because it's hungry. So you just need to go and feed that to regain the energy points. There are 3 items you can get and they start at 500 gold and go up from there. I didn't see anything that said what they do, so naturally I tried it out. It took a bit to find where to use them. It was actually under the jobs menu where you can also put your pet on a seesaw. I haven't really worked that out fully yet, but go ahead if you have one, see how it works. By clicking on this yin yang sign, apparently, it also allows you to use items and these items actually change your VPet to a completely different one. This is an interesting concept. The different VPet doesn't seem to earn any extra gold however, and I even managed to get my old VPet back by using a different item. I don't know if I got the old one back or just that was what it was set to change into, I'm not too sure. Would have been really good to see this to move your VPet to like a more superior VPet, that would have been pretty cool. Something that then earns more money, or even items that just improved your VPet skills, you know, that would have been awesome. You do also get mail every now and then. The mail isn't really an item, but I thought I'd just chuck it in here with the items anyway. But basically, yeah, so you get mail. And in this mail can either be gold, which is awesome, or sometimes some really sick person sends you a poo, and you get a poo in the mail. Just flush it away as normal. But yeah, that's just mail there, guys, for some reason. In the negative section, and do remember this VPet is only $5, so I could put up with these problems for the price, but they're good to know about before you go out and buy one. There are a very limited amount of sprites. What I mean by this is when your VPet poos, it shows a generic sprite. When you do something good, you see a chicken. Kids will get confused. Is the Loch Ness Monster actually a chicken? I might actually be confused. Is it actually a chicken? So, someone Google this for me. The Loch Ness Monster is possibly a chicken. My next negative point, the items don't actually have the prices shown. They also don't say what they do, but I could get by not knowing what they do if I could see what the prices were. And it would be harder to put a big blurb of information on what the items do on the screen, but you could easily put the price on there. And it's kind of annoying, it took me a while to work out how much these were, and I actually had to send my Loch Ness Monster off to do quite a lot of work. Guys, I'm probably getting in trouble here. I'm overworking this Loch Ness Monster. Is this even legal? Is it endangered? This last point was the most annoying, and the only point I really want to see change in this device. The reset button is way too easy to bump, which I've done a few times, losing all my progress instantly. No warnings, just bam, it's gone. This is something to bear in mind if you get it for a kid. Maybe even just go and cut the button off to stop it from being pressed. If you did just trim the button off or trim it down, I imagine you could still push it in with a pen or a pin or something like you would on a normal VPet. Overall, an interesting device, and I think it's worth the money.